Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, people of the Republic of Ghana. Welcome once again to Minority Caucus. My name is Nana Kofi Opondama, and as usual, tonight we are going to be discussing the pertinent issues that face our country and its politics. There's a lot of mudslinging going on out there in the public domain. There's a lot that is going wrong within the politics of our country. 10 days to an election. Thanks to some people, we've decided to focus on CVs. But that not being withstanding, tonight with me in the studio to discuss the issues are Mazao Muftanu, PRO of the North American Nasara Club, and Nana Kweku Ajay Yeboah, Chairman of NPP USA. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nana.
Okay. Now, tonight's topic is corruption galore, a foreign perspective. We want to look at corruption as it has existed in the Ghanaian spectrum over the last 4 years and then have a foreign perspective to it. If these things were to have happened in the United States of America or anywhere else in the world, what would have been the implications in those countries? But first of all, Mr. Nana Kweku Ajay, since you are coming from the diaspora, how's the feeling like in NPP USA?
The enthusiasm within NPP USA is phenomenal. As a matter of fact, a number of our members are already in the country, and many more are coming. And, you know, we want to do like Obama-style type of, you know, grand campaign, and we are here to help make, you know, MPP successful in this election, because we see this election as a very critical election in the political history of Ghana.
Okay, so now that you are here, I want to shift to Muftau. How do you see the country?
Thank you very much, Nana. The country is in mess. And that's why myself and my chairman have decided, and other team have decided to come down to Ghana to give our unalloyed support to our flag bearer in order to salvage Ghana from the hands of John Mahama and his vice president. Let me dive in a little bit in what you asked of my chairman. You asked our chairman about the level of corruption in Ghana vis-a-vis what is happening in the United States. Now, listen, we cannot have an administration of Mahama happening in the United States. I'm telling you, more than half of his ministers will have been arrested and in prison. A classical example is, it is totally outrageous and unbelievable to have $40 million paid to one individual. You can't have that thing happening in the United States. Chairman, you can remember the governor of Illinois, Blagojevich. Just a small little thing, he's in jail. You can talk about the Muntaka Mubarak and what is in the news speculating about the blackways. So that thing cannot happen in the United States. And that is exactly what we're doing as members of the New Patriotic Party, to make sure that our flag bearer, who categorically and in explicit terms stated that he has never been corrupt and he will never be corrupt. Nobody can point any accusing finger at our flag bearer for financial malfeasance or anything like that nature. Okay. He said it in public, time with a number.
Okay. Nana Kweku Ajay, how relevant is that statement that I am not corrupt, I have not been corrupt, and I'll never be corrupt? I want us to look at this vis-a-vis the fight against corruption. Some people say that just a statement like that is not enough. But bear in mind as well, as we discuss this, that Nana Akufo-Addo has been audited forensically 7 times.
I thought we were going to discuss corruption at the second segment.
Don't worry, we've already started.
That's why I didn't. You know, it's almost comical, to say the least, for somebody like President Mahama to compare himself to Obama. You see, because here is a guy who wants to become the head of the nation, and his name is associated with every corrupt practice within the NDC administration. And we have him juxtaposed against an incorruptible personality like Nana Akufo-Addo. Nana Akufo-Addo has been in public service since his, all his adult life. And through very thorough forensic, inquiries, nothing has been found against him. That is, is something that the Ghanaians will have to look at. It's not just a statement. He's not just stating that I'm not corrupt. I mean, in spite of his statement, there's been forensic, the NDC have been gunning for him even before he became the presidential candidate. So if they have any issue of corruption on him, they would not just bring it up, but they would have prosecuted him. Okay, so when Nana says that I'm not corrupt, what he's indicating that if he becomes a leader, he's not going to tolerate corruption in his administration. So, and he's made it categorically clear that if those who are seeking to make wealth, who are seeking to enrich themselves, they don't belong to his administration. Yeah. So that was very comforting, that at least now in Ghana, we're going to have a president who is not only incorruptible, but he wouldn't tolerate people in his administration being corrupt.
Okay. Now, for those of you who are worried about the claims that are being made by a pro-NDC group, research and advocacy platform, that Nana Addo is corrupt because he left out Oxford University from his CV, here are the facts. 1. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was at Oxford University for just one term or one semester. He was withdrawn by his father for personal reasons. It wasn't just him, but he and another family relation. Now, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo feels that it will be very dishonest, it will be unfair for him to seek to gain any advantage by placing Oxford University on his CV just for the privilege. Bear in mind the fact that he never gained any certificate from Oxford University. And so to him, and ethically, as any other responsible, honest human being would do, placing Oxford University, where he was for only one term, on his CV would only be to gain privilege. Privilege that is undue him because he did not get any certification from Oxford. This is what the NDC and its surrogates and its affiliates are bringing up now to say that he is corrupt. I find that statement, Muftau, very, very interesting, because the man says I'm not corrupt. I would expect that you bring some hardcore evidence against him that he's corrupt. The only thing you've been able to do is to go back and say, oh, this man didn't put a school he attended on his CV, and so as a result of that, he's corrupt. How interesting is that?
Yeah, I mean, if you have malnourished evidence, that is how it goes about. It's never even a criminal if I decide that the school that I attended, I refuse to bring it in my CV. It's never a crime. So they don't know what they're doing. It is just that if you don't have anything to say, you just keep on making noise.
Desperation?
Exactly. Nana, on number of occasions, time with a number, made it clear to Ghanaians that this is an individual who has never even attempted, come closer to any corruptible act. So, I mean, NDC in 2008, they said a whole lot of things about Nana. Did you hear them mentioning something very close to corruption? It is something that they can level against him. So to them, to their information, I mean, it's never even a crime that if I school here and I decide that I'm not going to put it in my CV, it has never go against any ethical, standard. No, you can decide. It is just there to give or to enrich yourself. And I decided that I'm not going to even do it. Now, Nana, how do you just go to a school for only a semester and then you include it in your CV? It doesn't speak sense.
Now, let me show you the bombshell. The bombshell here is that the two people on the ticket of the NDC, the president and his vice. The president attended Bishop Middle School from 1970 to 1971. This has not found any expression on his CV. It is alleged that he was dismissed from the school for sexual offenses. 1. Number 2, the vice president, Kwesi Emisata, claimed to have finished Legon with a BSc in economics in 1974. The records show that he actually completed in 1973. Why that change? 1. Number 2, he claims to have completed Legon in an MSc in economics in 1976. The records from 1950 to 1980 shows that the man does not have a master's degree. Interestingly, research and advocacy platform ignore that. They ignore the log in their own eyes and went ahead to say, oh, Nanado went to Oxford University. And then, how do you make sense of this? Propaganda or a desperate attempt?
I think it's extreme desperation on the part of NDC. And Ghanaians, when we're talking about, giving Ghanaians the right opportunity to educate themselves, industrialize the nation, what Ghanaians need to hear is that somebody went to Oxford University and didn't put it on his resume. When I was at the IEA debate, and when I was going through the brochure, I found somebody like Ayariga's, CV as ridiculous. Okay, he's putting like he attended some college in
Germany.
Not Germany.
In the US, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, Northern Nigeria and other things. He doesn't indicate the year he went, whether he graduated or not. That is something that should be an issue. But the fact that somebody went to a college and didn't graduate, and in this case, just for a semester, and if it's not on his resume, it should not be, that should not be the issue. They are trying to, first of all, they don't have issues. Yeah. I've heard Nana issuing policy statement after policy statement. I haven't heard any from Mahama. No. Okay, so they're trying to divert, attention from the pertinent issues of the day to something trivial. I mean, it's ridiculous that the attention should be focused on this trivial issue.
Nana, before, you see, if you had opportunity to at least visit the United States or any other Western country, withdrawing from college one semester is never anything that one should worry about. I enrolled myself, I started, they gave me admission, master's in public administration. Yeah. I've withdrawn from the college. Is it that I'm incompetent in advancing my educational career or not? No, for personal reason, I withdraw from the college. You see the issue of this guy, Hassan Ayarga, I don't want even to go there. That guy is just a political non-entity. He's just a political comedian and political non-entity. You see, such people can contest election and let me just come. You see, Ayarga is somebody that I don't even want to get, I don't even want to speak much about him. But you see, if his calibers are allowed to contest for presidential election, the country will be heading towards doom. Yeah. This is a guy who seriously violates common grammatical sentences. This guy cannot adequately just supply people with grammar. And you know what? I have serious problem with even the sitting arrangement of the IEA. Next time round, we will contest against our flag bearer going in there to sit in a row. We don't do that thing. If we want to continue having presidential debate, then the country or IEA should learn from the advanced or Western country. I'm not protesting the fact that they should not sit, but at least they should sit separately from each other. Ayarga was coughing right in face of our flag bearer. Yeah. Now, you have been given the chance, you have been given a platform to sell out the policies of your government, to sell out the policies of your party. He ended up supporting a losing party. So eventually, Nana, you could see that.
Numbers are there. Anybody can go to any branch of EcoBank and check as to whether this is a GIPC account or not. But let me read to you the letter, and then I'll explain the situation to you. Data 12th of November 2012, DSA appeal for sponsorship. I write on behalf of Volunteers of John Mahama to seek support for activities. Volunteers for Mahama is a sustainability volunteer advocacy movement which conducts community-based activism and awareness actions. We seek to build a strong, healthy, effective, and vibrant network, connecting volunteers of all ages with opportunities to serve and work in order to get, and pay attention to this, please, in order to get His Excellency John Dramani Mahama elected as President of the Republic of Ghana. I'd want to end it here. Their main goal, as they've stated, is to get John Dramani Mahama elected. Now, what is interesting is the response that was given to that letter. And if you look again at the bottom portion of it, if I can get the cameraman to zoom in on that. The acting I'm just waiting. Yeah. For peace sake, let us donate 4,000 Ghana cedis, please. And that's the acting director of finance. And this was approved on the 13th. The interesting thing is that what war was going on that the acting director of finance felt compelled to approve it for peace sake. Now, the other thing is the alacrity with which it was done, the speed with which it was done. Letter was written on the 12th of November 2012. The approval was given on the 13th of November 2012, and the check was issued on the 15th of November 2012. Record time. Record time. I'll come to you, Muftau. If this happened in the United States, what would have been the results?
Oh, definitely, the government of Mahama will have been in a serious problem, extremely serious problem. That's why sometimes we often call for the impeachment of presidency. This is a state institution. Look at the speed in which the money was paid. When government salvation is in serious arrears, once we have over 1,700 students still under tree, when students who worked for the country, all right, from teacher training college, you know, didn't you watch on television how they embark on demonstration in Tamale? All these things are matters that needs to be spoken. I have no problem with any group volunteering themselves to get President Mahama elected. I have no problem with that. It is done in the United States. It is legitimate. It is legal. Nobody can contest it. But then the money that should be paid to that should not come from state institution. When Ghanaians are suffering, this is a government that keeps on self-pontification about the achievement that they have chalked. Nana, what are we saying now? Even my mother in Yendi is acutely aware of the fact that Ghana is in serious crisis. Yeah. My dad in Prime is aware that Ghana is in serious crisis. How do you pay this? Look at it. It took only 2 days. 2 days different. Yeah. It has been approved and paid. And then you are asking for that for sick peace. For sick what?
For the sake of peace.
For the sake of peace. You see, this government has taken a lesson from the tax of the NDC. We've been going about, we've been learning what is going on in Ghana. We have party members who can cheat regional ministers, bring in Thunderboard, ban them, and we have a government who will issue the removal of such regional minister. Yeah. We have district chief executive who have been chased out of office. Yeah. We have district chief executive who have been shot, but the government chose to remain silent over it. Yeah. So that is why, because in any situation, if they even refused to give them this money, you know better than me what is going to happen to the NDC. So that is the sort of government that John Mahama is heading, is presiding over. I'm not surprised.
Could you, in your wildest dreams, have imagined Ghana would be like this today?
I'm almost dumbfounded, looking at the media is rife, with the reports of Mahama's campaign team giving, cars.
And on the SUVs. Issue of cars, just a little bit of information. The campaign team, the spokesperson of John Mahama, has come out today to say he's not aware of the distribution of cars.
Well, Mahama is not aware of anything, including what goes on in his own campaign. But the point is, it's sad that Ghana has come to this level of rampant corruption, and also when you think of President Mahama, a person who himself benefited from free education that President Nkrumah introduced in the North. And he has stated in his own book, he's opposing, extending the same privilege to other underprivileged kids in the country. Yet he's throwing out money like, like a drunken sailor. Okay, so it's sad that this man wants Ghana to vote him for another 4 years. And also, it becomes very interesting. When those of us from the USA, we come here, and Mahama is saying that because Obama won election, so it would enhance the chances of NDC.
Let's add this to the fact that the same JIPC, and again, I'd want the document, if you can hand it over to me. The same JIPC, ladies and gentlemen, handed over 20,000 Ghana cedis to its board chairman because he was celebrating his 70th birthday. I don't want to be doing just propaganda, so here's the document. I want you to take a look at it. If the cameras, that's the memorandum from the administrator protocol officer to the chief executive officer, April 26th, and that's the chairman's 70th birthday. And for those of you who may want to doubt, it says approved. You can see it there. 20,000 Ghana cedis was handed over to the board chairman of GIPC simply because he was celebrating his birthday. I want to be a board chairman. Nana, seriously.
Very interesting.
I mean, it's sad. It's sad.
Combine that with Woyome, combine that with CP,
Yeah.
combine that with the various judgment debts, and it looks as though this government is out to plunder the state.
To plunder the state, and that's why they're saying that, you know, the free education policy, free SHS policy, is not doable, because they are in their imagination that they think they would empty the coffers of Ghana, because they are plundering, you know, the nation. It's very scary, because this corrupt team, knowing they're going to lose this election, so they are, it's like Ghana is like a nation that has been captured in war. So they are sharing like war booty. Yeah. Everybody is taking left, right, and center.
Mufta, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who said that if Ghana was to be a female, she would have been, by now, her physical condition is that she's been raped and is on the floor bleeding. How do you see that in terms of corruption?
Exactly so. You see, it has become an issue which is given a much publicity within the NDC cycle. It is something that the government does not even have the locus to even, you know, stop his ministers from having it. We've been told, even though whether approved or unapproved, this is the information that is coming in the coffers of the MPP New York. Ablakwa has been able to secure a house in Washington. You know, the young ministers of NDC, they are aware the government is going to last for only one term. So there's what? A mass rush for property, because they are aware that, you see, my advice to them is that, John Mahama, it is better, we have only 11 days, 10 to 11 days. Yeah, he should dwell so much effort in writing his handing over notice, in writing his handing over speeches. I heard you say, or it's my chairman who was saying it, he's likening himself to Obama.
Yeah.
That it is something that we cannot compare. Obama has chucked a lot of success. You can remember, my chairman can tell you best, from the inception of American democracy, they have serious problem implementing the national health insurance. Obama came and implemented it. Obama said in one of the presidential debates that if he's elected as a president of the United States, he's going to kill Obama. He did that. Can you tell me can you tell me one single policy that the NDC has embarked it very well? This is a government that runs country with a policy. So that's why you see them running helter-skelter whenever Adudankwa comes with the idea of...
Yeah, I understand that. And even going on the tangent of achievements, I have it in my hand, the Green Book of the NDC, with the much-touted Green Book of the NDC. And I'm going to read to you from page 7. The first two promises, or the first two achievements that they state on page 7. Number 1 is that the Poalugu Tomato Factory, that is the Northern Star, has been revamped with a minimum capacity of 250 metric tons per day. Recently, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia went there, and we found out that it's an enclave for goats and rotten maize. Number 2, they said the shea nut processing factory has been established at Bupe. Ladies and gentlemen, the sad fact of it is that that factory is yet to produce an ounce of shea butter. We'll take our second break and come back. Welcome back. As usual, you can join our discussion by calling the number 030-2211-70124. I'd like to repeat those numbers. 030-2211-70124. And the text lines, as they've always been, is 1760. 1760. As we have the chairman of MPP USA, I'd want you to, conclude your submissions by just telling us what is going on in NPP USA, but I'll be cutting in intermittently to take our callers.
Okay, thank you. NPP USA is the largest branch of NPP outside Ghana. We have 19 chapters in about 18 states. We have, it's the only branch that I know of that we've formed the Nasara group. We also have a very, well-resourced IT team that has worked, worked cooperatively with the party here. The IT team also initiated some computer literacy program that ended up with donating some computers to assist the party. We also have a very strong women's wing and also a robust public relations team that, from time to time we, try to put things straight, that we take the NDC head on and bring the truth to the international community.
Okay, I'll take my first caller now. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, boss.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Please tell me your name.
I'm Siri from Wa.
Yes, boss.
I'm called Dr. Yabua.
Okay.
I'm very glad and I'm very happy for you for the way you are performing. And really, this is why we're raising some issues which we don't understand. The first education cannot yet happen now. When do they think that it will happen? And they say we should put the structures before we did it. Look at, let me set an example for Upper West region. Like you did that we have in Upper West here. We don't have structure before we started. And ask themselves, they saw that they're going around cutting that they want to open new universities. Are there not structures over there? So who allow them to pollute our mind? They should move away and let us take place. And that will look very softer and softer like for the previous 8 years.
Thank you.
When we are in hot water, we are through to every Ghanaian to emphasize at all costs we should come to power.
Thank you very much. I have Abdul from Wa. Abdul.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
I'm listening to you.
I got issues. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, what I that we are not happy with that. So we are blaming Ghanaians so that they should vote for Nana Akufo-Addo.
Thank you very much.
Because I want to treat this now the way that Abu Ramadan. The way you talk, I like it. So I believe for my colleagues and youth to vote for Nana Akufo-Addo to come to power to save us.
Thank you very much for your strong word of confidence in Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. I have Ibrahim Adam. Ibrahim.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm very fine, my brother. And you?
I've been calling the line every day. I'm not getting you.
This is God's time.
This NDC people, we don't even know what we are going to tell them. Because the lies that they've been telling every day and every day, what Nana said, free education, they don't know what they'll bring in board. They are not precise that Nana cannot, that the free education is, they will not, he can't do it. And then, John Mama, you don't have anything to tell Ghanaians.
Okay. We've heard you very much. Thank you very much. I have Ernest.
Hello?
Yes, boss. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm listening.
Yeah, the patrol people now want to say,
yes, sir.
Maybe program. And can make person reduce other stations in India. Actually, the way NDC for Mubu or Minor, if I say Ubi could in a baby, need money 200 million. So on phone could in a baby. Okay. Who said the only is Canaya and Nuntinama, a home intimate my school fees. And that's it.
Okay. For those listeners who cannot understand the language he spoke, what he said is that we should perhaps distribute the documents that I showed you on screen so that all of Ghana would know the extent to which the NDC is corrupt. That 20,000 Ghana cedis being given out is not fair. Abdul Aziz from Kumasi, I'm my last caller.
Yeah, about Araga decent program, we shouldn't even talk about it. Yeah. I don't think even Araga will vote for himself. He would rather vote for these people. So we shouldn't talk about him at all.
Okay.
And I'm showing you that Nana Akufo-Addo is surely going to bring us a free education far as others are able to enjoy it, I'm sure that he's also going to bring it for us also to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
I hope that, okay.
Inshallah. Thank you very much to all of you. Nana, you were on a point.
Okay, that MPP USA is solidly behind Nana Akufo-Addo because we believe in the free SHS education policy, and in the words of Abraham Lincoln, the free education will give every Ghanaian an unfettered start and a fair chance in the race of life. Okay, so it's something that would equalize opportunities for everybody. So we've come here in our numbers to help in the campaign. Already we've given financial contributions towards the campaign, and we've also have skilled, professionals who have come because we need to ensure that the integrity of the election, the free will of Ghanaians, is what prevails. Okay, so MPP USA, in collaboration with other external branches, we've come in our numbers, and we're going to monitor the polls and make sure that, as we speak now, I have some of my members in the remotest part of Ghana,
Yeah.
Okay, demonstrating to Ghanaians that we care. We care that every Ghanaian child has access to free secondary education like President Mahama had
40 years ago.
40 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and also, you see, we contribute in various ways. The remittances that we sent to the country. The U.S. Census estimates put Ghanaian immigrants in the U.S. well over 100,000 people, and 4.1% of Ghanaian population reside outside the borders of this country. A total of 300 billion was remitted globally, with some 40 billion to Africa only. Okay, the total private money transfers to Ghana were 4.8 billion, with some 1.9 billion directly from Ghanaians abroad.
Yeah.
The remaining came from NGOs. So in a nutshell, okay, those Ghanaians outside, we actively participate in the political processes that goes on. You don't have to, now that in this globalized village, you don't necessarily have to be in Ghana to contribute. Some of us are talking to international communities to make sure that peaceful and fair elections prevail.
Okay. Masa, let's go.
Well, for me, my last word will be that the youth of Ghana who believe that the nation called Ghana should move forward. This is a choice between prosperity and poverty. It is a choice between your life and danger. Anybody who wants to believe in what the MPP stands for should just go and then look at the manifesto of these two political parties. A youth like me, go to chapter 5 of the MPP manifesto and then look at it. The MPP came out with what they call the youth empowerment, what have you, youth employment agenda, which is aimed, among other things, creating a new frontier of jobs to give the youth of Ghana employable skills. And then equally the same, when you go to the same chapter of our manifesto, there's what we call the transformational economic agenda that is equally aimed, among other things, to give the youth of Ghana, a knowledge-based employment in areas like industries, in areas like the university's research and development. These are all prudent policies that the youth of Ghana is given by no less a party than the party of the MPP.
Okay.
And when it comes to December 7th, please, as I said, it's a choice between prosperity and then poverty.
Okay.
Go for something that will benefit you and posterity.
Okay. Go for something that will benefit you and posterity. That's the words of Muftal. Last words, Nana. You said you had something to tell me.
There's a very significant segment of Nana's policy that I don't hear it talk about here. In addition to the free education, and I've been with Nana and Dr. Baumia outside, is looking into models, the German models of apprenticeship and the American model. So it's not only those who don't even benefit from free SHS or didn't have the opportunity. There's a program, apprenticeship program for all Ghanaians.
Okay. Finally, today in Ghana, we are being confronted with a choice. Come December 7th, you have to choose as a Ghanaian. If the NDC comes to you and tells you that they've done so much, I want you to ask them just one question. And it is this. On page 13 of their 2008 manifesto, they promised that they were going to ensure that every Ghanaian has access to the basic necessities of life. Interestingly, on page 13 of their 2012 manifesto, they again repeat that promise. But I would want to read to you exactly how they put it. Between 2013 and 2017, the NDC will initiate a social compact. Ladies and gentlemen, the point we are making is they admit they failed. After 4 years, they are now saying that give us a chance to start what we promised. What else do you want? We have a plan, we have a policy, and we are ready to govern. Vote NPP, vote Nana Akufo-Addo, and victory shall be for Ghana. Good evening.